Leaders of G7 countries met in Germany for their annual summit during the past few days. Despite several pressing problems such as the Russia-Ukraine conflict, surging inflation, COVID-19 pandemic, and the food crisis, the heads of the wealthy nations decided that a priority is to counter China.
It's among the issues that top Joe Biden's agenda, countering China and its new Silk Road.
Today, we officially launched the Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment.
On paper, the $600 billion plan looks impressive, but a closer look shows that it is just old wine in a new bottle, or in other words, a new name for what was called as the Build Back Better World Initiative in 2021. Even the B3W is not exactly a new idea either. There were other ideas earlier, like the Blue Dot Network, that were designed to compete with China's Belt and Road. What has really happened here is that Western nations have coined up ambitious infrastructure programs every year, but with no real infrastructure construction. A former minister of public works in Liberia says, "I really want to be hopeful. I do. It's just looking at everything as it exists. It's difficult to imagine what rabbit they're going to pull out of the hat now." Ukraine is another major concern for the G7, and their latest goal to deter Russia, if they can, is to cap oil prices. The aim is to crimp Russia's finances and perhaps help curb runaway inflation. Sounds like a magic bullet, but the real question is, why would Russia agree to such a move?
To think that they're going to be able to cap the price and magically, Russia is just going to continue to provide oil, it is fantasy. So I don't know what they're thinking about. Obviously, I just don't think they're thinking at all.
Meanwhile, as the G7 continues to deliberate on such moves, Russia slipped into its first major foreign debt default in over a century. Actually, it is kind of weird to call this a default because Russia is both willing and able to make payments on its debts, but has been shut out of the global financial system by Western nations. In other words, the US and its allies want to weaken Russia so much that the rights and interests of Russia's bondholders are expendable. Maybe the G7 should think about making some real contributions to the world economy, to developing countries, or to world peace. But so far, it's hard not to be skeptical at the results.